welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute or so since the last thing I've posted in here, but I just wanted to do a quick little thing. It's one that I've had on my mind for months. Literally, I've just been busy and lazy and all those fun types of things and haven't gotten to it. But I wanted to do another one of my reviews that I do. This time I wanted to review the new Mamma Mia movie. So again, very pertinent, totally not super months late or anything. But I just wanted to say a few things about it because I did have a lot of fun with this movie, and it's just one that I've been wanting to review since sometimes I review things and I can at least talk about writing elements with it, even if it's not exactly like a book-related film or anything like that. That would kind of make more sense for what I normally do. But yeah, so anyways, Mamma Mia, here we go again. I thought it was a super fun movie. I actually was not super fond of the first one. I mean, I like the music and stuff, but like plot-wise, I was just kind of like, yeah, you can tell they were just trying to force this into ABBA songs and whatever. And, so it wasn't that exciting. There were aspects that I liked, but I was not super fond of it. But as soon as, the previews started coming out for this Mamma Mia movie, I was like, this looks kind of fun. I kind of want to watch this. I kind of like her singing voice, and I just kind of want to watch this. So I did end up getting to watch it. Still in theaters even, so, super behind on my review. But whatever. You gotta go watch it, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It was so much better than I was expecting, and I would argue even better than the first one. Yes, there is, to some degree, some of that silly gimmicky. They just wanted to throw in this particular ABBA song, so they pretended like the story worked around it. Like the very first song, the When I Kissed the Teacher one, totally stupid. I don't get how that fits in with Donna's character at all. I mean, the going out and singing that song, sure, I can get that, but the fact that the way they framed it was her as the valedictorian at her school and all that, I didn't really get the impression in the first movie that Donna went to college, let alone that she would have been studious enough to be the valedictorian. So yeah, kind of some confusing stuff there that I was like, this doesn't really mesh, but I'm enjoying things, so we'll just let it slide. But obviously no movie's gonna be perfect, and it was still fun and enjoyable, so whatever. Other things that I really did like, though, the One of Us song, I thought that was framed beautifully with what they were trying to do, and that it was like, yeah, we're trying to grow and be a couple and be mature and grown up and not just wanting to explore the world. We're trying to do adult things, but now here comes the real hard adult decisions. Do we want to stay where we are, or is it a good idea to maybe try something new? Are we just clinging to past memories, or, is it really that important that we stay where we are? All of that, and the way that it was shot, where it transitioned between the two of them in almost like continuous shots so much and stuff. I was like, oh, the cinematography, it's just beautiful. I love how it's like they're mirroring each other, and I thought that one was really well done. So that was probably my favorite song in the movie. I thought it was just beautifully done, and I was like, oh, I really like this. So I guess I'll just keep yammering to Donna's story. I'm pretty sure varies from what they said in the first movie. I haven't really gone back to watch the first movie to compare, because as I said, I wasn't super fond of the first movie in the first place, so if they change things, they change things. And even sequels that are trying to be continuous and don't have things like we're shoving random ABBA songs in here do have mistakes in continuity, so I'm not judging it for that. I really liked Harry Bright when he was younger. I thought he was fabulous and hilarious. I was a little confused by him, though, because she goes off the next day to go to Greece and all that, and it's established that that's what she's doing. But then he decides to chase after her, and he gets to the ferry, and then the boat leaves, and then you never see him again. He didn't make it to his ferry, sure, But if he's really that interested in trying to give it another chance, I don't know why they just dropped that storyline completely. They were like, oh, I missed the ferry. I guess I don't get that second chance. And I don't know. I didn't like that bit of the plot. So that's a sort of writing-based thing that I wouldn't have written it that way. In fact, if I had written it just in general, I probably would have just put all the boys in Greece with her from the start and just based the whole story in Greece. Not that she wanted to be a world traveler, but like what she says to Harry when she's like, oh, I think Greece is the place for me. I feel like my destiny is there. If she had just decided that after her college and was like, I'm just going to go to Greece, and then she meets all three and the story played out just over in Greece. I feel like that would have been better. That's how I would have written it, but hey, they can fit in their Waterloo because she's in France, and I mean, I think you still could have played it off. She could have gone to a French restaurant or something, because I think that's what it was technically anyways. But I see what they were going for, and I kind of understand why they did it. I just think it was silly. A couple other things I thought were silly. The storm that comes in and ruins the hotel opening, the fact that two of the dads have other engagements but then are still able to make it to the opening, I thought all that was silly. I did like, as I mentioned, the One of Us song, but then the fact that Sky doesn't really show his turnaround other than all of a sudden he's on his way to Sophie. It was kind of frustrating. But I did like him being there at the end of Dancing Queen and her being like, oh my gosh, it's Sky, I'm so happy. That was great. So yeah. There were obviously just going to be things that worked and didn't work, and that's how it goes. I wish, too, that it'd been longer than a week for her with whatever Pierce Brosnan's character's name was. I get why it wasn't. Again, story-wise, it needed to happen pretty snappily so that they can fit in all the guys that they need, and they can make it feel like, oh, she didn't have time to find out she was pregnant and make him stay for that instead of wanting to go off to his fiancé, etc., etc. But a week just seems awful short, and I wish it would have been longer. Could have even been 2 weeks. You know, just make it feel slightly longer. Like there's a little more reason for her to be quite as upset as she was, but it's okay. I did overall enjoy the portrayals of her friends when they were younger. I thought they did a pretty good job. I do think it's mildly amusing that they apparently kept like their same hairstyles since they were just fresh out of college. I guess some of us probably do similar, but as I'm not an old maid yet, I don't know if I'll keep my same hair up until that point, but I know that mine has changed a bit just over my few years that I've had in life so far, so it seems a little silly that it wouldn't have changed, like, at all, but yeah, I'm just complaining about silly things at this point. I did really enjoy this movie. I thought it was just fun. I know that probably some people were upset by the whole Cher thing, but I thought Cher did a great job singing the ABBA songs, and she was a very amusing grandma to have in the story, so I thought that was fun. I really like her Fernando song, actually. It was like, oh, the fireworks and the cinematography in this is great. This is just great. And her doing Super Trooper, that's what that one's called, for the end credits was lots of fun. I just apparently really like Cher and didn't really know it. So that was great. But yeah, so that's just a couple of my thoughts, enjoyments, complaints, etc., writing changes that I would have made in that movie. There are probably other things that I would have wanted to talk about, but as I took like 5 months or something to get around to actually doing this as any sort of review here, that's probably about as good as it's gonna get. So I'm glad to have watched the movie, and if you have the chance and even mildly enjoyed the first one, I think you'll probably enjoy this one. You'll maybe even be like me and enjoy it more than the first one. There's definitely a lot less screaming in this one, since I feel like the characters have all just matured a little bit. I don't know. So it was just nice not to have been like screaming girl fan fest in some of the more talky moments like it was in the first one. That was part of what bugged me in the first one, actually. It's like it's a little too loud and screamy, but they did a lot better with like having serious moments and fun moments, but not, oh my gosh, we're just being hyper girls moments. So that was nice. So yeah, I recommend this movie, and I think you guys should all go check it out. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think you guys might too. Leave comments down below if you happen to have seen this movie, have any thoughts of your own of maybe writing changes that you would make to it, if you agree or disagree with my opinions on this movie. I'd be happy to hear them. I think it'd be fun to start a discussion about it, actually. So just let me know. And I think that's all I've got for now. So this is the Umlaut Harper signing out.